We're very happy with the order that the judge issued. She was very clear about her decision, stating that, in fact, the Okeechobee Business District did not increase density, did not increase traffic potential. She was also very clear that the city did everything they needed to do as we moved this forward. We had numerous studies that we based our decisions on. We had support from the Chamber, support from the DDA, support from the Treasure Coast Regional Planning Council, support from the Traffic Planning Agency here in the county. We also sent this to IPARC, which is an organization that mediates among municipal and other entities, governmental entities. So we were just very pleased with the order that the judge issued yesterday. And it really is in conjunction with and supports our vision of the city, a vibrant, exciting city. It also, she was also clear about the understanding that our city needs more Class A office space. And we expect that the Okeechobee Business District will generate more Class A office space, which is what we really want. Right now, our vacancies in Class A office space are very, very low, very few vacancies, and our Class A office space is very expensive, actually competitive with Miami at this point. So we need more Class A office space in our downtown, and this will help us to get that. All right, questions? Yeah.
So is this the final, there's no other roadblocks possible? Is the final okay? Or?
Well, at this point, each of the parties can issue something like a rebuttal. What's the word for it?
Exceptions.
And exceptions. And the judge could take into consideration those exceptions. But we feel like this is a very strong order and that it will stand. It also has to go to the DEO at this point. The DEO has already said that it had no questions about it, so we expect that the DEO will move it forward as well.
Do you know when that's expected to happen?
Kimberly.
45 days from yesterday.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
What was your reaction to kind of getting over this obstacle? And obviously a big piece of this, was the threats leading up to it, and then actually having the suit filed and then now overcoming this.
Yeah, well, we're very happy. My staff worked so hard on this, our planning department, our law department, engineering department. They worked really hard. They crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's and did the right thing. And we're happy to see that that's been recognized.
Are there exact plans for that area yet?
No, there's been nothing submitted or anything. I really can't because it hasn't been, OBD it hasn't been in practice. It's not in code yet, so.
Talk about the goal of what you guys want to eventually see there specifically. Define the Okeechobee Business District.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said talk about the goal of what you eventually would like to see there and kind of define the Okeechobee.
Yeah, I mean, what we want to see there is additional Class A office space. But what you also want to see is additional transportation planning. So you want to see whoever comes to build there contributing to our trolley and our transportation plan, helping us to look at mode shifts from everybody driving their car 2 blocks to get to work to walking or taking our trolley or even taking a bike. So it's not just about Class A office space, it's about incentivizing a mode shift here in our downtown.
It's believed that this OBD will help West Palm Beach compete with other major cities. Can you explain how it will compete with other cities like Miami or Boca?
Well, we're already competing with those cities, so I'm not sure that the OBD is the key to that. We just recently had an economic development study completed, and we're growing jobs by 20%, which is more than Miami, more than any city, certainly in Palm Beach County. And even more than the state of Florida. So the problem is we have businesses that want to move here. We just don't have office space for them to move here. That's why we're so excited about this.
Now, I noticed when I was outside, literally a block away, people were like freaking out about the traffic and the jams that are going on. I know you mentioned earlier that the judge said that that wouldn't be an issue, but I mean, just going down the street, no construction is going on, and there's traffic and people are getting irate. So how do you think it's gonna really get once construction does start in the area?
Well, construction always affects traffic, and we don't plan for the times that. We do, but we want to look at overall what happens with traffic, and we base this on studies that were done by the Florida Department of Transportation. And we did an Okeechobee corridor study, and that found that none of the intersections on the Okeechobee corridor are failing. They are all working the way they're supposed to be working. This development will not increase density. It's not more than what's already allowed in this area. So since we did the Okeechobee corridor study, we've done mobility studies, we've done any number of studies that shows that we'll be able to manage this, particularly if we incentivize mode shifts for people who are taking trolleys.
And also for waterfront views, I know some people have expressed concerns that this 25-story building that's supposed to be built with this redevelopment may impact waterfront views. What would you say to those people who are concerned about that?
Well, you never have a guarantee to a view. What we've also done, though, through the Okeechobee Business District, is to protect the waterfront. So in our business district description, you have to build at least 400 feet away from the waterfront. So there won't be additional tall buildings on the waterfront. There may be some views that are impacted. There's never a guarantee to that.
Have you heard any reaction from the business people about the recent decision? Has anyone reached out to you and talked to you about they're happy about this happening, etc.?
You mean residents of the city?
Residents and the business owners that will
Business,
benefit.
yeah, we've definitely, well, it's really interesting because after we passed the OBD, the city commission accepted it, a lot of people come up to me and say, thank you for doing that. And now as the word is getting out that we've won this action, I've heard from business people, I've heard from residents who've said, I'm really glad that you pursued this. Yeah. What else?
Now, I have some off-topic questions if everyone else
Well,
has
let's
their
finish
questions
this
first.
one first.
Okay, perfect.
Are there any other questions about the OBD?
Well, would you be able to say when things might be getting started, when people might be putting in plans and, when construction could start? That's probably hard to say. Would this get things
Well,
rolling?
this will have to go and be part of our code. So once it gets through DEO, and we don't know if there'll be other additional legal challenges, we'll see. But once it gets in code, then it'll be up to the private sector as to what happens after that.
I guess I have a question. As a resident, homeowner in city limits, what does this do for me?
What it does for you is increases your property value. Over the last 4 years, actually over the last 5 years, we've seen property values increase up to 50% at this point. So your house's property value has gone up that much, in part because of the new construction that we have in our city. So that's one of the things. Another one of the things is if you live close by, if you live in downtown, if you live in Northwood, if you live in Grandview Heights, if you live in El Cid, there are going to be jobs here that you might be interested in and that you'll be able to get to without getting into your car. And that's really what we want. We have people living downtown. We want jobs downtown so that people can get to their jobs without getting into their cars.